I'm Carrie Danger, host of the Carrie Danger podcast, and welcome to episode 18, this week's check-in. It's going to be a long one. I'm sorry in advance. We're going to knock out some of the biz nasty first. I have Carrie-Oke tonight. I'm hosting Carrie-Oke, because my name's Carrie. So it kind of works. You get it. I know you do. It's a headquarters bar and grill in Brooklyn. Please come on out tonight and join me. Tonight meaning Friday the 21st of August. So if this is tonight on Monday, I will not be there, but you should go anyway. They've got great food. My next karaoke event will be Friday, September 11th. It is weird to say September 11th still. It feels very wrong to be like, oh, I'm celebrating karaoke on September 11th. It's a very sad day, but here we are. This Sunday, the 23rd of August, I'll be co-hosting with Mr. Jeff, the Superstar Kids Club at Celestia Theater. Starts at 3 o'clock. You can still get tickets at wadsworthsquare.org or just come on in day of. Hit the box office. They've got family group pricing. Mr. Jeff will have his merch stand there as well as some new music to drop. So very excited with that. If you're like, what's Kids Club entail? Well, it's basically just me and Jeff on stage. Doing the thing, I'm basically Mr. Jeff's sidekick with this, so we're gonna have a good time. Next Saturday, Hell on Hogsback. I've mentioned it before. I'll keep mentioning it until we're there and thereafter. Hell on Hogsback is a nonprofit event. It's an endurance style run or walk. You can walk it if you want. It's an endurance. Anyway, hellonhogsback.com to get all the details and to register. 1, 3, 6, or 12 hours, and all the money from registrations and donations go to those going through hardship due to cancer treatment. So check it out. It's very inspiring on the website, so you can go watch that video and get into it. Alrighty, I want to talk about Buckeye 200. So for 4 days, Travis and I were out on the roads, in, eastern Ohio, and on 45, south and north. So Travis participated in the Buckeye 200 journey race. Essentially, it's an endurance race where you just complete 200 miles. It is a self-sustaining open road style route, no aid stations. There are check-in points, but no one's there to meet you unless you have a crew. So I was there to meet Travis, but a lot of these participants just literally parked their car at the Ashtabula Beach, the Walnut Beach in Ashtabula, gorgeous little town, and just left. They just all by themselves. So amazing. So it's very cool. But yeah, they took off last Thursday morning at 7 a.m. and Travis finished at 5 a.m. on Monday morning. 200 miles. There are some really notable things throughout this whole experience. Now, I was encouraged by Travis to talk about my experience out there because it's not my race. I'm not going to tell his story, but I will tell you that my man is tough as nails. All right, he prepared for this and he finished the dang thing. It was his Musogi, if you will. Musogi is basically big goal of the year. So yeah, just traveling down 45 South all the way down to Wellsville. And that's on the border of West Virginia, right at the Ohio River, which is a harrowing river. There's actually a book about a woman who had to travel the river to get back to her family. It's called The River, or Follow the River. Emotional. I'm going to reread it. It's so good. Anyway, to Wellsville and then all the way back up to Ashtabula. Now, these roads are still very busy. It is 45, which is not like a highway, but it's kind of a highway, like a country highway. And then the roads in Wellsville, they get very dark and windy and kind of scary. I will say, great cell service the whole time. That was awesome. But yeah, I basically would drive to meet Travis. I'd be sitting and waiting for him at all the stops and then little places in between that I'd find because I wanted to make sure he had plenty of water, plenty of food. If he needed just to take a second to sit down, I'd have a chair ready for him. Basically, as the running crew, you're there and you're ready to do whatever they need you to do. Retape a foot, not a shoe. Retape a foot or a shoe if the shoe falls apart. Toes, that kind of thing, pop blisters, which he popped his own blisters. I was very grateful for that. But yeah, I will say, so the time I had to spare, I spent a lot of that time finding Sheetz gas stations because I could rely on their food to taste the same every time. And I knew that it wouldn't upset Travis's stomach. Dairy Queens, same thing. Very reliable, consistent. I love counting on something to be the same every time I go. And then Dollar Generals. There are lots of Dollar Generals, lots of DG hanging out. So yeah, crazy times. But some moments of note in Orwell, Ohio, right on the route, there's a adorable little thrift store called Tina's Treasures and Thrift. If you're into thrifting and you don't mind driving a ways to do it, go to State Route 45, stop by Tina's, and then keep going on 45 South. You literally do not turn until you get into town. But in the town of Salem, they've got a ton of little thrift stores and antique stores. Now, when I was out there, they also had a ton of garage sales, yard sales. It was very cool. I did stop at a few outside of Tina's, and I had a very good time. It was nice. Lisbon's cute. Salem's obviously very cute. And, you know, it was neat to be a part of something like this and feel like I was helping. You know, every time I'd pass a participant, I'd yell out the window, "Hey, are you good? You need some water? You need anything?" And they'd be like, "Yeah, we're good." So that was pretty cool. Thankfully, they didn't have to deal with rain until Saturday into Sunday. And Sunday it was pretty rough there for a little bit. But another moment of note would have been... we did go through Dave Grohl's hometown of Warren, Ohio. Dave Grohl, you know, of the Foo Fighters. Yes, they just came to Cleveland. It was awesome. Very good show. So Warren was interesting. We were there in the middle of the night, and anything is scary in the middle of the night. So just don't go places in the middle of the night unless you have to. Okay, all right. I slept in the front seat of the car a couple nights. That was miserable. I slept, but I slept in the seated position, because they didn't have any room to like put my seat back and like lay down really. And by the time I got out of that car after the 3-hour sleep I took, my legs were like jello. I thought I was like a brand new baby deer. I couldn't even walk. But yeah, what else? I picked up, not a hitchhiker. No. I picked up Misty Hart. She was a participant. It would have been Saturday night, and I had booked us a campsite, but I went and showered myself, and then I went back out to find Travis, and I got him all set up, and then I see this woman come out of the marathon. I'm like, it's so dark, and I can barely see her. So I was like, "Hey, are you participating? You need a headlamp or something?" I was going to give her my, like, reflective like vest thing that I had, but she said she was fine. And then she ran into Travis up there a little ways, and he comes back because he left his phone in the car and was like, "Hey, go give that girl a ride to the fire station." Okay, because she was out there self-sustaining, no one out there. She literally flew from Texas, Ubered or got a rental car, I'm guessing she Ubered, to Ashtabula and took off. What a total BA. I'm going to say this is a cuss word if you got kids out there. Total badass. Okay, so it was really great. I picked her up on the side of the road, and she was so sweet. She had called ahead to the Ellsworth Fire Department and said, "Can I sleep at your fire department?" They said absolutely yes. So I took her up there, and then I asked, like, "Can I sleep in the parking lot in my car?" And they said absolutely. So by the time Travis was done, I snagged him, took him back to the campsite to shower, took him back to the fire station, closer to where I grabbed him from initially, and we slept in the car. Although we should have just slept inside because there was plenty of places to sleep, but we didn't think about it. We were really tired, so it is what it is. At some point during the route on the way down, that was on the way back, on the way down, I stopped in on this, I think a St. Paul monastery. So there's this giant big church, gorgeous. And then this building with glass, and then the doors are open, and I'm driving by, and all I see are all these candles lit, and like this big, like, what do you call it? Shrine, kind of? I don't want to call it a shrine. I know there's a better altar. The altar. And basically, you paid $5, and you could light a candle and say a prayer. And so I did that, and it was really nice. I have video and pictures. I posted some pictures. That's what that was. After, was it before or after? At some point too, Travis and I pulled off to the side of the road on this, like, it was just like gravel, like not really a lot, just kind of the entrance to like a truck entrance, but there was nothing there, and it was totally fine, totally safe. So we pulled off, and well, I did, and I was talking to him outside the window, and some guy with an eye patch and an affliction shirt comes out to the mailbox, and he's like, "Get the heck out of here," screaming at us, talking about how we've been stealing from his cars. He's going to put up cameras and this, and you're not going to be happy about it, da-da-da. And I'm like, no. He mocked me. I felt the most chills. And then he put his hand in the mailbox, and I was like, is he grabbing a freaking gun? So I was freaked out. Travis tried to explain himself. He kind of got it, but you can tell this guy's been going through it. So I hope Eye Patch Guy is doing well. I'm so sorry that you've been dealing with some thievery. He said, I see you bums walking up and down the road. And we're like, we're not them, I promise. Whew, scary. That's the thing. You got to be careful, man. Not everyone understands what you're doing. And everyone was already spread way out at that point. It's not like you're going to see a gaggle of people walking 200 miles. At that point, even from the jump, people, they're clumped and then they break apart and do their own thing and they're walking at their own pace. So I will say on day 2, Travis found Andy Knight, another participant, and he is lovely. They are now friends, and I'm happy about that. His traveling companion. So they walked together all of day 2. Day 3, with the turnaround, the start of the turnaround, Andy went on his way first, and then Travis went after, and they didn't link back up again. And then day 4, we were in Warren on the way back to Ashtabula, and it's early in the morning, and we're like, God, I wish Andy was here. And all of a sudden, there he is. And we're like, oh, we were just talking about you. And he was so excited too. So they traveled the entire way. They said, Lake Erie or die today. They genuinely walked for and ran a little too. I don't know, 25 hours. I'm not even kidding. They just kept going, and then they finally made it to Lake Erie, and they finished. But I'm sure there was a lot more. But there was plenty of little places I stopped off, like little parks and stuff. But lots of just sitting and waiting in the car. I read my book a little bit. I didn't read as much as I wanted to because I was playing on my phone because I'm addicted. Addicted to you. Yeah. So that was pretty much it. But, crazy experience. Travis set his mind to that thing, and he did it. He made it his. And I'm just so proud of him. I mean, that is some serious follow through on a goal. Of course, the whole time I was thinking, man, I wish I would have brought my running stuff so I could go run a little bit. Probably not run with him. I don't really want to run an open road like that. That's scary. Cars, man, they don't get around like they should. But, yeah, dude, they did it. I will have Travis on an episode. He said, I'd like to do it, but I don't want to do video. So that's fine. We'll do an audio episode where Travis tells us how he was feeling and what he went through. All right. Well, to wrap up today's check-in, I just wanted to say thank you guys so much for all your support. I really appreciate it. Anyone that came over from the radio station to here, or you've just been a friend of mine, thank you so much. It really means more than you could ever know. Yeah. So I'm actually putting out a request because I want to put up some episodes that are just all about you. If you've got any crazy concert stories, I would love for you to send them in. Type them up. You can be anonymous. You can be not anonymous, like totally out there. And I will read them. I'd like to put together, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 for an episode. And it'd be a nice once a month kind of thing. So this is not just a platform for me to just jabber on. This is a platform for us to connect and tell our silly stories and, get the word out there for just kind of fun stuff. So crazy concerts. I know we're getting into spooky season, so I would love some ghost stories. That'd be so great. So you can email all that in to carriedanger1@gmail.com. The email address is in my bio, so go check that out. And thank you so much. This will conclude this week's check-in, and make sure you stay tuned on Tuesday. Episode 19 is Modern Collective. Very awesome dudes that I think you should definitely listen to that podcast, because in the podcast they talk about sobriety and creativity and also accidentally running a Cleveland marathon. So see how that worked out. So thanks again, guys. I appreciate it. Mwah.